Good afternoon, Knights. Thanks for joining us. I'm Isaac Abdelmessih, and today is Monday, February 2nd, 2026. Here's your Charge on Air update. It's February 2nd, which means it's Groundhog Day. The beloved furry groundhog known as Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow this morning, which should mean 6 more weeks of winter. The tradition spans back to 1886, when Phil made his first weather prediction in the Punxsutawney borough located just 80 miles northeast of Pittsburgh. It is said that if Phil sees his shadow, there will be 6 more weeks of winter, but if he does not, an early spring is ahead. Phil is said to be right 35 to 39% of the time when he leaves his burrow atop Gobbler's Knob. This is the 110th time Phil has seen his shadow, according to CBS News. Former UCF football head coach Gus Malzahn has officially announced his retirement from coaching. Malzahn coached college football for 20 years. Coach Gus started coaching college football at the University of Arkansas in 2006 as the school's offensive coordinator. Eventually, he became the head coach at Auburn in 2013 and led the Tigers to a national championship appearance that same year. Malzahn eventually became the head coach right here at UCF in 2021 and continued coaching the Knights till 2024. His overall record at UCF was 28-24 with 3 bowl game appearances. His last coaching stint was as offensive coordinator with the FSU Seminoles. Freezing temperatures are sweeping the nation, and unlike normal, Central Florida is not exempt. Students at UCF are feeling the cold too. You can see students bundled up in hoodies, jackets, and sweatpants. Pierce Vetri is a mechanical engineering student at UCF. His grandparents still live up north in Boston, and he says he is definitely worried about them.
I'm definitely a little worried about my grandfather because he's 85 and he's going to have to go out and shovel the snow, and I hope he's doing all right by that because he shouldn't have to do it, and I wish I could do it for him, but you know, he's up there by himself.
Right now, the projected low in Orlando on Tuesday is a chilly 32 degrees with a feels-like temperature of just 30 degrees. This may be the coldest ever recorded Orlando temperature to start the month of February. The previous low is 28 degrees. Right now, Iranian citizens are continuing to call for changes in the political system and new protections for human rights in the Middle Eastern country. Thousands of protesters have been killed while the country's regime imposes more restrictions on its citizens. I had the opportunity to see what some Iranian UCF students are doing to spread awareness about it.
Human rights for Iran. Human rights for
Iran. With calls for human rights and signs in hand, more than 40 people, young and old, gathered at UCF's Student Union on Tuesday afternoon to raise awareness on the current events taking place in Iran. One of the things that event participants and directors told me today was that the Khomeini regime is responsible for massive deaths and for not giving basic freedom and human rights to the citizens that call Iran home. Mahdi Ludi is an Iranian UCF PhD student who took part in organizing Tuesday's event. He says that sources have reported that more than 12,000 and possibly up to 30,000 Iranians have been killed by the regime.
According to sources, different sources, they have reported more than 12,000, up to 30,000 people have been killed simply by a regime. In other words, the regime is killing its own people who are shouting for freedom, bread, and a normal life.
In late December 2025, major protests erupted in large Iranian cities like Tehran because of Iran's current economic state. Now, the country's regime has placed an internet blackout over its citizens. Farzan Farahmand is an Iranian UCF student who took part in Tuesday's event. He says that he would like people to understand that Iranians are not extremists after all of this.
I think I would like people to see people in Iran as pro-American, pro-democracy, pro-freedom, people that are not extremists.
In Orlando, Isaac Abdelmessih, The Charge on Air. Most protests in Iran have since subsided. The current Islamic regime has cracked down on these protests across the country. Now let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today's high is 54 degrees with sunny skies and a 0% chance of rain. Tonight, the low is a frigid 29 degrees with a 0% chance of rain. So you may need a heavy coat. Tomorrow's high is 63 degrees with partly sunny skies and a 0% chance of rain. Just a tad warmer than previous days, but you might want to grab a fresh cup of hot cocoa. That's all the time we have for now. Make sure to keep up with all that's happening throughout the week by following us on Instagram at The Charge News. And check back here tomorrow for another news update. I'm Isaac Abdelmessih. Thanks for watching and have a great day.